With last week's netcode incident concerning Jeff Hollingsworth, it put him now down 35 from Chris. Can Jeff make up some ground in points tonight with only one race left next week? Welcome everyone back to MaxspeedTV and Downforce Racing Series for round 14 of season number 12 here. It says 13. However, anyway, Nashville Superspeedway presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. Myself, Joshua Medlock, going to be calling the 140 lap action here tonight. I've already got the pre-race analytics pulled up here. Brennan Kennedy, I see you in chat out there, buddy. How you doing? Well, it's an air temp of 64 and a track temp of 67. The lights are on. 140 laps here tonight, 186.2 miles. Now the stages here tonight, stage 1 will be at the completion of lap 35 when they hit 36. Stage 2, the completion of lap 70 to 71. So wide at 35, wide at 70, caution at 36, caution at 71. No tire limits, 100% fuel here tonight. Now pit road here possibly could be a little tricky on that longer run there at the end. 45 pit road with a pace speed, which honestly we could see maybe 1 or 2, but I don't foresee these guys really, having any accidents. But however, the pace speed is 55 miles an hour. Now, taking a look here before we get into the national anthem here tonight. Now, this is the point standings coming into this afternoon. As I said, Chris Gutierrez, Jeff Hollingsworth. Now, they are still in a fight. Jeff still has a good shot at the championship. He's only 35 back behind Chris, so these two still going to be going at it here this evening. Austin Williams in third at 482, 83 behind the leader, and 48 behind Jeff. Charlie Woods in fourth at 441, 124 behind the leader, and 41 behind Austin. Keith Hanlon up 2 spots into fifth at 433, 132 behind the leader, 8 behind Charlie. Kyle Vincent Gilbert down 3 spots into sixth at 431, 143 behind the leader, and 2 behind Keith. Lottie Barrington up a spot into 7th at 397, 186 behind the leader, and 34 behind Kyle. Kevin Guthrie down 2 into 8th at 395, 170 behind the leader, and 2 behind Lonnie. Mike Whitaker in 9th at 372, 193 behind the leader, and 23 behind Kevin. And Terry Adams in 10th at 359, 206 behind the leader, and 13 behind Mike. Mr. Anderson in 11th at 344, 221 behind the leader, and 15 behind Terry. Paul Carmara in 12th at 330. Speaking of that, where is Paul? Anyway, he's in 12th at 330, 235 behind the leader, and 14 behind John. Dave Hunt in 13th at 284, 281 behind the leader, and 46 behind Paul. Where's Dave at, too? Wow. Ryan Patty in 14th at 262, 303 behind the leader, and 22 behind Dave. And Bentley Glazier in 15th at 239, 326 behind the leader, and 23 behind Ryan Patty. But it all comes down to these 2 races here for this season. As like I said, we've got a battle here going on, and we're going to go ahead and take a look here at practice before we step aside. Now, right now, Chris is up at the top spot here right at the moment. Jeff only 14 thousandths of a second right behind him there in second. What's not to say these two might start on the top side here tonight to get us going. We will see in qualifying 4 laps. Charlie Woods right now in third, John fourth, and Keith Hanlon is going to round out the top 5 here in practice. But, folks, we're going to go ahead and step aside here real quick and play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. So qualifying here, 4 laps will be underway when we come back.
Can you see the fray. We'll fight you in name, the name of the fray. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, status that star, spangled banner, yeah, for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Qualifying is underway here tonight, and right now we've got Terry Adams up in the top spot. Well, we did. Austin Williams is going to go up there in the top spot now. Now, remember, folks, 4 laps of qualifying. Austin is on his 3rd lap. Hanover or Terry Adams is on his 2nd lap. Charlie, likewise, 2nd. Thomas Taylor, 3rd. Chris, 3rd. Keith is, was on his 2nd. Bob Lacovara is out here. Bob having some connectivity issues, it looks like, here tonight, but hopefully everything will get ready to rock and roll. See him blinking there, unfortunately. Mike Whitaker's out here now. Jeff Hollingsworth is actually going to stop at the start-finish line, pull it down, and he's going to come back out here. So probably didn't officially start his lap, so therefore he will be able to go out and do it again. But right now, Awesome Austin, as we're going to go ahead and call him at the moment. Whoa, Chris jumped up in the top spot. Chris Gutierrez here, the number 6. Charlie Woods is in 2nd. That did send Awesome Austin back into 3rd. Still awesome, regardless of where he starts. Charlie Woods right there, P2 still. Terry back into 5th. And Jeff is officially on his 1st lap here. We're going to see here what actually he does. Oh, Charlie! Oh, Charlie Charles going to the top. Mike Whitaker, P2 now in the 707. Looks like that is all of the qualifiers except for Jeff Hollingsworth and John Anderson here. We will see if John decides to come out and qualify here before it's all said and done. 10 minutes, 4 laps, so they have time to do what they need to do before they sit down in the racing chair and think about what they're going to be doing. There's a little saying in there somewhere. Just kind of think about it. Blues Clues, folks. Blues Clues. Jeff Hollingsworth with that lap, 29.890. That's going to put him up in 6th. So we're going to see here. This is his final lap. So we're going to see here where he puts that Coast Guard 97. Can he get up there and take the top spot and pick up that bonus point here? We'll find out. Out of turn 4 through the tri-oval, Jeff with a time of 29.932. No, 29.890, excuse me. His last lap, that one lap was a 29.932, but his best lap was a 29.890. So He is going to be starting right there, it looks like, in 6. Charlie up here in the top spot. Mike Whitaker in 2nd. Chris 3rd. Everybody but John, as of right now, has qualified. Nice to see Fred out here with the guys. He's actually sitting right here, sort of, kind of in the grass, but nonetheless, nice to see him out here racing it up. Well, let's get Charlie down here real quick and have a talk with him. All right, Charlie, buddy, you got a copy? Charlie, do you got a copy? All right, it doesn't look like Charlie is there at the moment. We're going to try to get him down here real quick. And you know what? I want to go ahead and talk to these chase drivers here tonight, the two that is going out for that championship. And hopefully I don't jinx them here tonight, but we'll see. Jeff, got a copy there, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're doing something a little bit different.
Why
here
are you
tonight.
interviewing me?
Well,
I'm number 6.
Well, I know, but Charlie ain't there, so we're going to kind of do a little bit something different. I'll get to Charlie here in a minute, but you know, you got a fight going on here, buddy. You got 2 races left. You know it, tonight and next week. You are in striking distance still, Jeff. You know, anything can happen. You know, Nashville Superspeedway, man. What do you think about the track? You know, we're here at the lights, so what do you think about it, buddy?
I like this track. It's very line sensitive. Concrete will wear your tires out. Tires are king. Screwed up qualifying, trying to change a little something just for qualifying, and backfired on me. So I only, you know, it's all good. It'll be more challenging, I guess. Hats off to Charlie for that lap. And last week I had a little net code there, and it gave me the meatball and a few laps to go. So I was mad. I just quit.
Yeah.
But I got max points up until that point.
Yeah, we seen it. I think everybody even went back and looked at it because, you know, it was a little sensitive moment there, you know, but man, that code, man.
All I said was nice. You know, I didn't blame anybody. And then I just said, I got a effing meatball. That was it, man. I was just like, well, I'm done. There's no reason to stay in this.
Well, 35 points, though, dude. I mean, you're still there. You're still right there. You know, Chris is, you know, he's going to fight you just as hard as you're fighting him. So, you know, keep it going.
I get in and practice 45 minutes before the race, and he puts in a lot of time. I'll just put it that way. He puts in a lot of time. He's very important to him. So hats off to him. He's a good competitor, and he's done real well. I've had some bad luck. And I'm just here to have fun with my buddies anyway, and you're one of them. I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate it, Jeff. But you go out there and have some fun, and you know, see if you can capitalize on the points here tonight and catch up, right back up to him, because next week, man, it's good. You know, tonight, and next week, it's it. You know, so you know, good luck, bud.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, well, I interviewed him, so let's go ahead and get Charlie down here real quick. Charlie, got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, well, you're going to grab the pole out here tonight. You wasn't there when I first drug you down, so you're going to grab the pole out here tonight, man. Congratulations on that. How do you feel about Nashville Superspeedway?
I like it. Thanks on the congratulations there. Yeah, I like Nashville. You know, you just got to drive it right, and if you drive it too hard, then you don't get where you need to be, and just kind of take it easy and go from there.
Oh yeah, and I think tires, like Jeff was saying, tires are definitely going to be a problem here, I believe, here tonight. So I think everybody's going to have to watch on tires. I don't have to tell you, Charlie, you know how to do it.
Yeah, I do. And if it's a long run, I kind of get screwed up on that long run.
Man.
I'm good for the short run and medium run.
Well, good luck out here tonight, Charlie, and again, bud, congratulations on the pole, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for broadcasting also, bud.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. Love doing it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull him down here. Chris, got a copy real quick. I know y'all are going to grid.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, well, I interviewed Jeff. I got Charlie. Might as well get you down here real quick, man. It's Nashville Superspeedway. You've got only a 35-point lead coming into tonight. How do you feel?
I feel good, man. I've been sick all week, so you know, no better medicine than getting in a race car even if it's virtual. But this is one of my favorite racetracks, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, you know what you got to do, and I'm sure Jeff knows what he's got to do. But, you know, with that being said, good luck to everybody out here tonight. Good luck to you. You know, congratulations. You got a third here in qualifying. So, Chris, good luck, bud.
Yeah, track was a little less grippy than I thought in qualifying. Overestimated the grip level a little bit, but nice recovery. Congrats to Charlie on the pole. We're gonna have a good show. For you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely so. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get him back up there. We're gonna go ahead and get them on the grid here tonight. The MaxspeedTV starting grid. Of course, Charlie Woods grabbing the pole out here tonight with a 29.667. Awesome job to Charlie on the pole. Mike Whitaker is going to start on the outside of him in second. Chris is going to be right behind Charlie, starting things out in third. Keith Hanlon right behind P2 here tonight in fourth. Austin in fifth. Jeff is going to be right there in sixth. Definitely going to have to watch Jeff. You're going to have to watch Chris Gutierrez. Those two definitely going to have to watch, but we'll watch everybody else as well. Now, Jeff in that sixth spot, as I said. Lonnie Barrington, seventh. Chris Walker, the other Chris. We got two out here tonight, one with a C, one with a K. He'll be starting eighth. Thomas Taylor, ninth, and Hanover, fifth. Ta-da! They're in 10th. Fred Williams in 11th. Bob Lacavara probably will not start here tonight. Like I said, having connectivity issues, but in the qualifying, in that 12th position. Whoops. And it closed out on me. But John Anderson will start a 13th here this evening. So, all right. Well, let's go here. Got everybody getting on the track. Got that inside line going around. Now, they really don't have to, but nevertheless, getting all lined up side by side here tonight on the backstretch. And we could see some three wide here. I would not count it out. It is wide enough. Really don't consider it a super speedway, but and Bob did grid. All right, so he's going to go ahead and give it a shot here tonight. Hopefully he does not have any issues, but pull those belts tight, folks, one more time. A pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road. There it goes, and coming into the Geico start zone here tonight, waiting for the green. Here we go, folks, getting in a line here. And the green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. Already getting into turn number 3. Chris getting a little tight there in the 6. Almost took out the 40. However, good job on the braking there, slowing it down. But Charlie is going to lead the first lap here tonight. Chris did make the pass over, well, where'd he go? Mike Whitaker. Whitaker is back in the 6, so Chris up to second. Austin third. Lonnie up to fourth. Mike now is in a bit of a pickle here with Keith Hanlon, Jeff Hollingsworth, Thomas Taylor in the gain 57 right behind him. Jeff making a little bit of a peek here through the tri-oval and down into one. It looks like, oh, Bob. Yeah, Bob doing a little bit of a blink in there. I think Terry is back here kind of watching him as well. But we're going to get back up here to Keith, Mike, and Jeff. 5th, 6th, and 7th continue to get closer and closer. That has brought the 95 Mid-South machine of Fred Williams right up to him. We're going to see if old Fred here can do something. Long race here, folks, and we are only on lap number 4. And Jeff is going to go up into that 6th spot, now trying to run down Keith. Keith got a little bit of space there, probably can put about two to three cars in between them, but staying in that line of the 17. 95 is also kind of staying in the line of the 97. Do seeing, I don't guess you would call it mirror driving, but a lot of single file right now. Back here to Fred, Mike, Thomas. Thomas is trying to get up there to the 707. Could be a battle here for 8th. John right there with him. A little bit of a gap there between John, Chris, and then Bob is trying to make his way up through here. So for, you know, for a minute there, and you know, he was blinking, and now it looks like he's okay. So John peeking right here. All righty, well, don't take it 3 wide just yet, folks. Man, Thomas Taylor, Mike Whitaker, Austin Williams, and Chris up here. They're doing some battling. Austin up into that P2 position. All righty, folks, hit that like button here tonight. We've got 5 of you tuning in and 1 like here this evening. Right now, we don't have really much at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and head back here to the 57. It does look like Thomas Taylor is gonna pull up ahead of Mike Whitaker here. So Thomas in 8th now. John kind of hanging right here. He is up 3 spots from where he started now in the top 10 and 10th. Oh, Bob way up high. Does get it straight. I don't know if he hit the wall, but boy, Chris Walker was right there. Now Chris doing battling here with Terry Adams. Caught off. This is back here in the back. And Terry is going to hold it, take it away from Chris. Right there. Looks like Chris kind of falling back a little bit. We'll see what happens. 1, 2, and 3. Still pretty neck and neck. Lonnie from 7th to 4th. Now getting a little bit spread out between some drivers here. Watch that top line. Looks like Keith Hamlin and Jeff Hollingsworth doing battling. Bob and Terry back there in the back. Jeff going to go up into 5th after getting around Keith. Right now, though, it's been all Charlie up front. I don't know exactly how far they can go on fuel at 100% here. Now, this track is only 1.33 miles. I believe it's a 19-gallon tank or something like that. Didn't get that information. I do know they will probably be able to do the first stage for sure. Tires definitely going to be shot after that, though. John coming up on Thomas. That could be for 8th. Stayed on it. Now the 56. No, I thought he was going to take it. He went low, and he is going to be, well, won't be able to do it that time around out of 2. Thomas is going to be able to hold it. And a battle for the lead. Austin and Charlie. Austin up front for the first time. He's going to lead his first lap here tonight. Here comes Chris to the inside of Charlie. Charlie Slide right in between Chris and Lonnie. And here comes Jeff to the inside of the 8 of Lonnie Barrington. Jeff trying to steal that 4 spot away, and he does it. Jeff has found himself now in the top 5 in that 4 spot. He's going to try to run down Charlie here, and then possibly Chris and Austin. Here we go. Chris to the inside, Austin to the outside. A battle here for the lead. Chris going. Jeff making moves back there around the 40. Chris to the lead for the first time. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. He will lead that lap. And here comes Jeff up toward the front. Austin. Oh. Austin now back up front. Chris has got that lap. Here comes Jeff to the inside. Whoa! Jeff got loose on the apron. He held it. But it is going to bring back up Charlie and Lonnie here as they are going to do battle here. Jeff and Charlie right there for that 3rd spot. Right now Jeff has it. Charlie to the inside of him, down into 3. NASCAR boy, how are you doing out there? Yeah, 3 wide definitely is always possible. Even at Bristol. At Bristol. Well, Chris and Austin right now neck and neck. Jeff right behind them. And Charlie, you got teammates up here in the top 4. Austin, well, Chris is not a teammate of them, but you got Austin, Jeff, and Charlie. So 3 teammates. My bad. Up here in the top 4. Chris is up here, the lonesome devil. He's battling 3 other teammates, 3 other people. He is about to be doing some battling here once more, possibly with the 97. But man, he is fighting here with the 15. Golly, he's fighting. Man, oh man, Austin. Out there, gonna lead another lap. I'm gonna check on everybody else here real quick. Now that has brought Keith Hamlin up here as well. Fred making his way up there. Thomas Taylor, John, Mike, and Hanover. Hanover a little bit further back. So you got Thomas, John, and Mike right here together. So we could possibly see these 3 be working together. Now there we go. Battle for that P2 spot between Jeff and Austin here. And right there at the line, Jeff has it, but he has not completed it yet. And it looks like he is going to complete it right there. Checking it out down here. Battle back here. Looks like John is going to get around Thomas for that 8th position real quickly as we get back here on these 2. We got a few battles and a few packs going on. I would keep my eye out, though, back up here because Jeff and Austin still going at it here for that 2nd spot. Charlie back there is like, he's thinking, all right, guys, settle it down, you know. But our pole sitter right here can pounce if something does happen. Hopefully it doesn't. We've been green for 23 laps here in a minute. And Chris kind of checking out. About a half a second now. The more they race it up here, though, further and further, Chris will be able to get ahead. Back here to Thomas Taylor and Mike Whitaker. We got the gain of Thomas. And Mike Whitaker is going to get around Taylor. I quit drinking back in March. Whoa! Gotta go. Good little squirrely back here, both with the 57 and the 707. Still watching here, Thomas and Mike back here for that 9th spot, 707. Whoa! He does make the pass, and he is clear of him. So Chris, Jeff, Austin, Charlie, Lonnie, Keith, Fred. Fred a little bit further back, a little over 2.5 seconds. Who will be coming up on the stage here, though, in about 10 laps. It's hard, man. I'm right there with you. It's hard, buddy. Trust me. I went through it. Charlie Woods, Lonnie. Charlie getting around Lonnie. Good little low battle, though. Nice to see. Keith doing a little bit of peeking, looking to the inside of the 8, not going to take the chance. Just going to hang back here in the Pump King machine. I did it cold turkey. Well, with some meds, but I got to get up here to Charlie here because he might be under fire here pretty quickly by Lonnie Barrington, 4th and 5th here respectively. Terry Adams, Hanover, and Mike now doing battle back here for 9th. Gain machine of Thomas Taylor trying to gain a spot here in a minute over the 707. If he can get to the inside, lap 30 here, folks, of the 30 of 5 laps here in stage 1, and Chris does have a little bit of a lead now over Jeff, with Austin right there on the tail end. Lottie and Charlie back side by side, the 8 and the 40. And right there, the 8 does have it at the line, but not clear. He's going to have to be careful down into 1. Into and out of turn number 2 here, coming to the back stretch. It looks like it does get a little dump truck pushy out there, so definitely being careful. Mike Whitaker and Thomas now. Thomas, like I said, trying to gain that spot over the 707 in the gain 57. Still has not completed it, but he is hanging on to the inside here, and it looks like tires really starting to show for sure. They are a little over a second fall off roughly, maybe even more than that. I don't know exactly. No lap cars, no lap cars. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Bob is at the tail end here. Bob, like I said, having some of that issues here, some leakage, so he's going to try to do what he can to, you know, not upset the chase drivers, and especially a couple out here, Chris and Jeff for sure. So, looking at Fred and John, Mr. Anderson. I think I've said everybody's name about 1,000 times already, but it's all right. These little battles, man, you never know what could transpire out there. You know, a little bit of net code, a little bit of bumper action, a little bit of checkup, whatever. But lap 34, so we're going to go ahead and stay up here with Chris because the next time by will be the white flag for the stage. And he'll be coming out of turn number 4 here momentarily. White flag will be in the air this time by. There is the white flag. So next time by will be the stage here. And coming out of turn number 4, crossing the stripe, Chris Gutierrez gonna grab stage 1 winner here tonight. Chris, Jeff, Austin, Lonnie, and Charles. All right. Well, while they pit, let me do some mathematicians here. Try to figure out. So 5 points. So that's going to put him there. Okay. Whoops. Did not want to bring that up over here. So I don't know how that happened, but that is now going to be 36, if my math is right. All right, well, Chris is going to come out. Let's go ahead and get Chris down here real quick. Chris, got a copy there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got stage 1, but Jeff got right behind you. It's not going to be much of a difference. Only 1 point now, 36. But, hey, stage points does matter. So, we got a good long green flag run there in stage number 1, man. Congratulations, like I said, on the win here. But we still got stage 2 and the rest of the race to go. How did it feel out there here?
Yeah, I think I may have overestimated my brake bias a little bit. If I had to do it over again, I might be giving myself the option to put a little more rear in it. It's getting a little tighter than I was anticipating, but felt pretty good. Definitely a few times you got to be careful. We went in the first turn trying to get the lead on lap 1, trying to lead the first lap, and drove it into 3, and it didn't stick. So I was on the brakes hard not to get onto Charlie. So glad to stay off of him there, but yeah, no, it's been fun. This place is racing like always. Like I looked in the mirror. Looks like it's putting on a good show behind us, so hopefully the fans are being entertained.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're keeping an eye on things. Jeff is going to start on the outside of you here, man. So, good luck out there. Keep it going. And stage 2 getting underway here in about a half a lap, dude. So good luck and congratulations again, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. All right, well, that is Chris Gutierrez here, stage 1 winner. We're going to go ahead and get set for stage 2 here tonight. And this is definitely going to be an interesting stage because, like I said, these stage points, they really come in play. The winner receives five extra points. Of course, if you lead a lap, you do get another point for that. Getting the pole, you get a point. Now, Jeff does not have that point. So technically, it's going to put Chris right now at 37. Yeah, minus 37 ahead of Jeff. Okay. Well, all right, here we go. Pace car is down on pit road, coming into the restart zone here tonight. Chris on the loud pedal. We are rocking away here tonight, the Downforce Racing Series, Season 13, Season 12, round of 14 here at Nashville Superspeedway. Everybody A-OK out there right now. We are on Chris. There's Austin. Jeff did fall back to that 3rd spot. Charlie, Lonnie, Keith, Fred, John running that mid line, it looks like. Trying to save probably as much tires as possible. You'll see these guys kind of run that mid line, but I think the quickest way around the track probably would be in that low line. We did see there the 95 of Fred Williams and the 56 of John Anderson go a little bit high. check it out up at the top here. The 17 of Keith Hanlon. Man, Lonnie right on his tail. Back up to Jeff, Austin, and Chris. These three kind of just running their own line and pace here. Charlie pretty close to that yellow line, but it's not like right on it. You definitely don't want to clip it. We've already seen that happen here tonight. Looks like Bob did take his car on to pit road here tonight. Unfortunate for Bob. And man, we have got a French fry packet back here. Golly. That is being led by Keith Hanlon. You got Fred Williams, Lonnie Barrington, John Anderson, Hanover Fisk, Michael Whitaker, all in this, well, I called it a fry packet, but it was supposed to be a ketchup packet. And that thing still says Iowa Speedway. Why does it say Iowa Speedway? It should not say Iowa Speedway. Oh, Fred! Oh, Fred becoming a lawnmower here, cutting it across the grass, and he is going to stop, but no caution. We're going to get a MaxspeedTV rewind here and find out exactly what happened to Fred. Did he catch that apron? Yeah, he did. He caught it, and it got him loose, and he was coming through the tri-oval, and he just went down across the grass, decided to turn the underside blades on and do a little bit of mowing, but he is on the apron here. It does look like, yeah, he might have, he did not go in his pit box. He just stayed low and got back out onto the track. Woo! Well, unfortunately, that is going to put Fred, our one and only car right now, lap down. But hey. Oh, he's coming to pit road here. Yes, he is. Ooh, got a little squirrely there coming down pit road, or getting into the entrance of pit road, I should say. Man, oh man. Our first little hiccup here tonight, but it's all right. At 45. Ooh, somebody blinking there. I don't know exactly who that was. That might have been John. Oh, John doing a little bit of blinking. Yeah, I'm going to have to get off of him here. We'll get on Terry. Terry up 2 spots right now into 8th. Started 10th. Mike started 2nd, hanging out back here in that 9th position. Big shout out to Mike Whitaker for what he does with the Downforce, doing the points and everything, setting everything up for that. So big shout out to Mike for doing what he does. Big shout out to Bob and Hanover. You know, everybody over here at Downforce for putting on a great league. They are looking for drivers for next season, so if you are interested in jumping over here with a good group of guys, feel free to send them a message on Facebook. Look up Downforce Racing. Send them a message. Go send them a message in iRacing, and they will get back to you. After next week, they'll be taking a few weeks off for recruiting, and they'll be getting back at it. Of course, we do have, I believe it's Labor Day coming up, so everybody will be kind of chilling. I don't think they'll do anything that week, but they may. All right, well, as they hammer down here, how about we go ahead and do a little bit of gyro here with Lonnie Barrington, give everybody a kind of a feel for Nashville Superspeedway. NASCAR boy, how you been? Hey, 6 people out there tuning in. Thank you everybody again for tuning in here tonight. And Lonnie crossed the stripe there. We're going to go ahead and get back up, see kind of what's going on. It looks like Austin right there with Jeff. Jeff only about 0.2 of a second back. So we'll see if Jeff is going to be able to get around Austin here. Lap 51. Charlie hanging out back here in 4th. Then Keith. Lonnie. Whoa! It looks like Keith hit that wall again, maybe a little bit. Let's get a chase view here, and we'll turn a little bit of the cameras. Okay, so from this angle, it doesn't look like he even hit it. It might have just been a little bit of a glitch there, because that 17 looks okay. So I'm not entirely sure, but it looks all right. Chris, clean air. Now Jeff did get around Austin. Now Jeff is trying to catch back up to him, about 1.5 seconds back. Jeff, if he can get at least one lap, that'll put him back down, I believe, at 36, if my math is correct. Of course, that doesn't add up to all of the other bonus points they can get. Lead the most laps, fastest lap, clean race with 0 incidents. All that, of course, will play into a factor. So we'll just see how things go. 3 resets for these guys. Now, Bob is still in team speed, so we might get Bob down here after stage 2 is completed and the interviews are done. Getting back here to Mike and Hanover. It looks like a little bit of battling with the 707 and the 69. Hanover didn't fight him too much, it looked like. Mike did take that spot away into 8th. Right now, everybody doing a pretty decent job of not letting those tires get out from underneath them. Of course, I know the final stint of the race, that is definitely going to be a little on the watch side because of the tires. Oh! Looks like Chris Walker took his car behind the wall here. Oh, that's a little strange. That is definitely not something you see Chris do too often. Might have had something come up. Oh, he lost connection. No. Hanover, Mike Thomas. We've got a 3 right here. That is 8th, 9th, and 10th right here together. Now, looks like we've only got 10 drivers out here on the track. All 10 of them back here to Thomas Taylor. Everybody is on the lead lap. We'll see if Chris is able to get back in here tonight. Well, Chris Gutierrez is about 1.6, about a second and a half roughly ahead of Jeff now. Austin there in P3. Charlie and Keith, that's going to round out the top 5. Lonnie is coming up on Keith Hanlon. Curtis Copley, how you doing out there, buddy? You must be the DJ Chris was talking about. Well, glad you're doing well. I'm about as good as I can get, unfortunately. But I'm here. I'm hanging in there. Lonnie Barrington, Keith Hanlon, still watching these two, 5th and 6th respectively. You got the Pump King machine and Bush right there together. Maybe eat you a pumpkin and drink you a nice cold beverage at the same time. Charlie up here. 4th, started on pole. He did lead the first 13 laps, so he will definitely pick up a bonus point for leading laps. Charlie coming into tonight in that 4th position, right behind 41 points of Austin Williams, who is actually right in front of him right now here in the race. And Jeff trying to chop in that time, that gap to Chris, who has been on a tear here tonight. Once he got locked in, got up front, he never looked back. Right now he's led 43 laps here after starting 3rd. Chris having a decent run. Well, decent's an understatement, but you get what I'm saying. We'll see, of course, how things play out going into next week. Of course, the night is not over with. Going back here, Mike Whitaker, hand over, doing a little bit of battling right here for 8th and 9th. Hand over on the outside there, and Mike in the 707. Mike is going to take that spot away. And, well, Hanover still trying. He's not giving up completely. All right, I think he into the corner there. 707 just has that gap. Hanover's like, well, I ain't going to be able to get it right now. Oh, give it time. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on him. Well, Chris is not, looks like, going to be able to get back in here. Lap 66, stage 2 coming up here. In about 5 laps. Yeah, that's what he said. Got a chance to talk to Jeff, Chris, and our pole sitter here, Charlie, before we grid it up. So if y'all missed that, go back and watch it after the end of the race. Don't watch it now. Watch it after the end. Just not really a whole lot going on here at the present time. We got a few things going on, maybe 1 or 2. We got Keith and Lonnie here. You got the pumpkin and the beer car. And back here, we've got Hanover and Mike battling here for that 8th and 9th spot. So we do have a couple of cars that are going side by side here. And Hanover is going to take it, but it looks like Mike Whitaker is going to do the little old swap-a-rooney here. And go back to, well, nope, he's going to stay behind Hanover as of right now. Lap 69. All righty, folks. Well, next time by, and just like before, white flag will be in the air. Next time by after that will be the checkered flag, or caution flag, I should say, for the stage. And it looks like right now, as it sets, it's not over, but as it sets, it looks like it's going to be another 1-2 punch here. 1-2-3, actually. Chris, Jeff, and Austin. Well, here we go. Lap number 70. White flag in the air. One more time around for Chris. And out of turn number 4, Chris Gutierrez is going to sweep the stages and win stage number 2. All right, well, let's let them pit again. Now, Keith Hanlon is not our stage winner. Chris is. So let me kind of do some math here real quick. And they are all going to come down pit road. All right, well, let's see here. I'm going to math it up again real quickly. Well, all right, as of the points-wise for the race, that is going to be actually 39 now ahead for Chris to Jeff Hollingsworth. As of right now, that is not technically the total. I got to add in all the other stuff, but let's go ahead and get him back down here. Well, Chris, congratulations on stage number 2. You swept the stages. Jeff, again, right behind you. Now, just in the race alone, it looks like minus 39. That does not, include the other bonus points that you guys can pick up after the race. I'm just going off of what I know. So, it's still close. Definitely, got to be prepared here at the latter stint of the race. Now over halfway, but, good, another solid green flag run there. Chris, how do you feel now?
Yeah, I think I figured something out that last run. It helped me out. That's just all going to come down to the last pit stop and not beefing it on the pit road. I'll just be conservative to make sure I don't do anything stupid because we don't need to win. I mean, we'd love to win, don't get me wrong, but don't have to. So just make sure we get that last pit stop right. This thing feels pretty dang good once we get going, once I get in the rhythm. So I think we got a good shot. So we're going to try to bring it home.
Well, how are fresher tires? I mean, we all know that fresher tires usually are better than older tires. But it seems like tonight, older tires seem to pick up more than newer tires. But talk about it real quick. What would you prefer, older tires over new or new over old?
I mean, if you had a deal, probably tires that had about 5 laps on them, so you don't have to go. So you don't have to go through the warm-up cycle of getting them hot. But no, they matter. Definitely, if somebody's on 30-lap old tires, if somebody tries to stay out, they're going to get run over. The fall-off is pretty significant. So, but the first couple laps you're on new tires, you got to be really careful because it doesn't grip at all on entry. And then when it finally does grip, it decides to say you're spinning out. So it's kind of sketchy for the first couple laps. So like I said, if we had the option to say, hey, I want to put some scuffs on, that'd probably be what I'd take. Pick some qualifying tires or something.
Yeah, well, we know you guys can't make it to the end, I don't believe. So, what is roughly the pit stop window? I mean, you don't have to be exact.
I don't know. There's a couple of different ways we can go about it. I don't know. I think I've got a good enough car that I can afford to be reactive and not be the first guy down pit road. Because I feel like if I'm the first guy down pit road, everybody's going to do the opposite of what I do. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, yeah, don't tell your strategy because we don't want to hear it. But I think there is a lot of some options out there, not only for you but for everybody else. So Chris, again, congratulations on the stage here tonight, man. It's a shootout down to the finish, bud. Good luck.
Yeah, hopefully get a couple more laps here and lock up most laps led, and we'll see where we end up at the finish. But I hope we're putting on a good show.
All righty. Well, let's get a little spread out. So, all righty, Chris. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, yeah, and it is a good show, folks, even though they are spread out like they are. Definitely a few battles here and there. So, I can't say it's been spread out all the way through the racetrack here tonight. It's it has been a little bit here and there, but here we go, the last stint of the race here tonight, coming to lap 75. 65 laps to go. Here we go, folks. Pace car is off and away here once more as they enter the Geico start zone here this evening. Chris is going to get us going. Green is out here again tonight. The Downforce Racing Series, season number 12 here, folks. Round number 14 here at Nashville Superspeedway, presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. Chris got a little bit of a gap. Well, it was a little bit of a gap. Now Austin did get around Jeff. Jeff backing it down. Here comes Keith Hanlon down to the inside of Charlie. Not going to be able to do it as of right now. Chris is going to lead another lap. Keith may try it. Here comes Alani. John, whoa! Hanover going to look to the inside here. I don't know. Is he going to be able to get that nose in there? Yeah, he does. The 56 goes high. Side by side, the 56 and the 69. Jeff back up into second here, getting around Charlie. I just seen it. Good little battle here. Whoa! 56 of John got way high there, and he's going to fall right behind Hanover here. Well, before they get too spread out here, folks, let's go ahead and do it here tonight. You know what time it is. Let's crank it up! All righty, folks. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the crank it up there. Did a few laps, the lap 80. Now Jeff is up front. He did pick up a bonus point here for leading a lap. So now that's going to be back down to a minus 38 just in the race alone. I cannot express that enough. Just in the race. That does not include the most laps led, the clean race, all that other goodness that goes along with it. But Jeff is up front. Keith and Charlie back here hammering it out, doing a little bit of battling. Bull Keith got a good shot there right now up ahead of the 40, coming up on the 15 of Austin Williams. Chris is going to keep it close there too, Jeff, but we're going to continue to watch this battle right behind him. Lonnie Barrington, old Charlie Charles right there, Charlie Woods in that number 40 Crown Royal machine. Then coming up on him is going to be John Anderson, Thomas Taylor, Hanover Fist, and Michael Whitaker. And Fred Williams is back out on the track. Nice to see Fred back here in about 2 laps. He will be able to pick up a spot over Keith to bring him up into 11th. That would put him right where he started. Awesome Austin and Keith. Golly, we got Austin, Keith, Lonnie, Charlie, and might as well throw Fred in the mix here because he is right there. But let's get up here to Austin Williams and Keith Hanlon. They battle it out of 2 onto the backstretch. Coming down into turn number 3. Who's going to have the line? It's going to be the 17. Man, that 17 just gets a launch down there. Dives it in there. Makes it stick. Coming out of turn number 4 here through the tri-oval. And Keith is, well, he's going to have it. But, boy, Austin right there trying to rattle his cage here tonight. Said, hey, man, I'm right here. That's going to open the door up here for the 8 of Lonnie Barrington looking to the inside of the 15. And you've got Charlie and Charles. You got Charlie Woods and John back behind them, doing a little bit of side-by-side battling of their own. All righty, folks. Well, can we hit 5 locks out here tonight? I know we got 5 out there tuning in. Can we hit a 5 locks here for the broadcast? I know there is not a whole lot of drivers, but glad to see everybody that did come out here. Fred did pick up that 11th position, did get around Chris. Chris did not make it back in here. But Jeff and Chris right there, 1-2. Keith a little bit further back. Now they're starting to go a little bit more single file per se. Different lines, but single file. Tires starting to kind of wear and tear already. The concrete surface. All right, still watching it, still watching it. Not really a whole lot going on. Well, we've got a line here, 5 cars led by Austin. And they are about 2 seconds back now from Chris and Jeff. Jeff going to take it and lead his 10th lap. Chris has led 59 laps here tonight. And with that being said, Jeff Hollingsworth leading 10 right now. I mean, you can pick up a little, probably on the back stretch, but it's more about that clean air than it is the draft. You can pick up some for sure, but I don't think it is most important as it would be at like Daytona or Talladega or even the iRacing Superspeedway. You can save a little bit, I would presume, but it's not really that big. I mean, if the draft was so important, we wouldn't just see Jeff and Chris up here. We'd see Austin and Keith and Lonnie. I mean, everybody would be right there bunched up together. So, we are seeing certain packs, certain drivers, wearing their tires out a little more than others. Right now, battle Lonnie Barrington and Keith Hanlon here. That is for that 4th spot. Lap 91 of 140, 10:04 Eastern, 9:04 Central. 4 o'clock Hawaiian time. Thoughts and prayers still going out to all the families over there affected by the fires. A lot of devastation, a lot of people hurt, and unfortunately a lot of people has been killed. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers, please, folks. I always say Hawaiian time because it's 5 hours behind where I live. Yeah, I live in Arkansas, for everybody that does not know, if y'all can't tell by my southern accent. Of course, it's not as bad as those Georgia people or Louisiana. Yeah, I don't know why they called this Nashville Superspeedway. I really don't. I'm just as confused as you are. Now, there are 2 tracks. There's more than 2 tracks, but I know of 2. There is the Nashville Fairgrounds, And, of course, the Nashville Superspeedway. So there are 2 tracks in Nashville. Can't forget about the other one. Nashville Fairgrounds, not too familiar with, as I'm not with this track either. But, you know, good, hard. I mean, there were some battling out here tonight, but it looks like everybody right now kind of minded their P's and Q's. They know they cannot make it to the end. They've been out here at about 22, 23 laps. 23 laps for everybody. So pit stops definitely going to possibly going to change things up, whether it be, you know, who goes laps down, who's in the lead, who comes out where. We're just going to have to find out. Jeff up to 16. Chris still right behind him. Austin, Lonnie, Keith, Charles, John. You know, I'm still keeping my eye on this group right here, because, you know, even though they're single file, you know, somebody gets a good run on somebody, or somebody decides to get down on that apron just a little bit too far, like Keith almost did there, that car will definitely get a little upset. Yes, terrible thing over there. Yes, yes. All right, Lonnie putting a little pressure on Austin. Awesome Austin, as I call him here. I've been calling him here tonight. Fred, like I said, did pick up that spot over Chris. I almost said Keith. Over Chris. So Fred tonight possibly will finish here in 11th, right where he started. After mowing a little bit of grass out there, he just kind of pulled some laps and decided to park it, then wait. And something happened to Chris, and he decided to come out and go ahead and pick up that spot. Smart thing to do. Ivan, I am not even going to pronounce your name, because I have no idea, but how are you doing? Glad to see you in chat. Hey, we got 2 likes out there. We need 3 more for 5 likes, folks. These guys just winding down the final, what do you say, 42 laps here. We will be coming into green flag pit stops here momentarily. Just a little bit of a recap for everybody just tuning in here in the latter part of the race. Coming into tonight, of course. Oops, did not want to hit that. I wanted to hit this. Here we go. Of course, coming into tonight, Chris up top here, 35 points ahead of Jeff Hollingsworth. These two right here going at it for a championship. Now, I did do kind of some math here during the race to kind of keep up with it, with everything done with the stages. As of right now, that does not include all the other bonus points that they get, but as of the race here, Chris has got a 38-point lead now over Jeff Hollingsworth. So we'll see how everything lines up, but that's just in race points and everything. We do have a battle here between Charlie and John. That is going to be for a P6. Of course, you lead the most laps, you get a bonus point. You have no incidents throughout the race, you get a bonus point. There are a lot of ways to get bonus points with these guys. So, you know, Jeff not out of it yet, and he's going to come around and lead his 24th lap here. Chris is still right there. He is about a half a second behind him, so he's not letting him get awfully too far ahead. And then Austin back here at about 2.5 seconds. Lonnie, Keith, them two pretty close together. Charlie and John real close right here. The 40-56, as well as Tada, as we call him, Terry Adams or Hanover Fist. So these three right here might be doing some battling between these three. Possibly, maybe even a 3 wide between them. We hope not, but you know, if they do 3 wide, do it on the back stretch. Don't do it in the corners. That's the It's one of the biggest things is just don't do it in the corners. Then we have Michael Whitaker a little bit further back. Well, about 3 seconds back. Thomas Taylor at about 3 seconds back behind him. And, of course, Fred Williams sitting on pit road. We did lose Chris here tonight. Bob, unfortunately, not able to race due to the connectivity issues. But, you know, he's still hanging out here with the guys, and nice to see it. So, you know, I don't know, Bob, if you're listening, man, if you want to jump down here and have a little chit-chat and talk about the race, man, you're more welcome to pop yourself down in the interview waiting, and we'll definitely see you and get you up here. And, you know, winding down the final laps here of 105, let's go ahead and check and see. They've been out here at about 33. Now, I wrote it down. I put down about 40 to 50 laps, roughly, is possibly what they could do. So we will see exactly what they do, as Jeff is now about a second, roughly 0.8 of a second now ahead of Chris. But right now, they're just waiting for those green flag pit stops to start. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of the drivers back toward the back pit first to start that cycle. And the leaders, you know, they just keep going and keep going until they can't go no more. And Jeff is not. Chris is not. Let's go ahead and kind of get through here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to shoot down the pit road this time. Looks like a battle between Lonnie and Keith now. That is for that 4th position. Keith is going to overtake Lonnie. Maybe. Let's see here. Right behind them. Yep, John Anderson, Charlie Woods. They're going to do some battling here between them. Whoa, Lonnie. Whoa, Chris is down pit road. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Chris is down. Jeff. We're going to see what Jeff does. If maybe he is going to stay out here. Okay, that's going to put a little bit of a gap now. It's going to put Chris a lap down. However, Chris will have those fresh tires and the fuel now to make it to the end. So we have hit 110 of 140 here this evening. And Lottie down pit road, as well Chris is coming out. So Lonnie coming down now. And it looks like Chris might have used a fast repair. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he did. Looks like Hanover coming down. That is a very, very, very sharp paint right there. I love it. Man, what a paint. That is a beautiful paint. He does some amazing jobs. But he is down pit road here, as well as Lonnie is coming off of pit road. But getting back up here, that is going to put Lonnie is 2 laps down. What happened? How in the world? Only a 14.5 second stop. He is now 2 laps down. Not seeing anybody else here. Hanover is coming back out. Chris is the first driver a lap down. So if what I call rubber duckies or a caution, they're both the same thing, come out, then Chris would get the waiver round. Of course, we have been green the whole race here. Other than the 2 stages that we have had. We've had a close call, a couple of close ones, but so far everybody has been very respectful to one another, and we are definitely spread out now as the green flag pit stops Well, they've kind of slowed down here. Ooh, John might have had a moment there. But I am not. Here he comes. No, he is not coming down pit road. Well, they've been out here now roughly 42 laps. So we are getting really close into that window here as the number 8 of Lonnie Barrington is going to come around Austin Williams. Lonnie trying to get at least one of his laps back here. We're still waiting on the leaders and the rest of the field to come down pit road all the way back here to Thomas Taylor in that 7th spot. But as of right now, nobody that I can see is making that dive down to pit road. So we're just going to have to wait and see how long these guys actually go for here. Well, alrighty, folks, how is the stream going? I ain't lagging or anything, Emma. Still not seeing anybody else down pit road. We'll watch Tyler. Looks like Thomas Taylor has had enough. He is going to slide it down pit road here. That is going to put him a lap down there as Jeff gets around. There is the 8 of Lonnie Barrington. He is trying to get up there to Jeff to get around him for one of his 2 laps that he is down. 6 drivers now on the lead lap. And the top 6 have yet to pit as Thomas is in his pit box here. And he is going to be off and away with a 14.4 second stop. So the 8 is up to the 97. 97 has yet to pit. 97 is not going to fight him. He knows he has got a good lead over Austin, but let me read off the names that's got to pit. Jeff Hollingsworth, Austin Williams, Keith Hanlon, John Anderson, Charlie Woods, and Micah Whitaker in that 6th spot. That is all that's got to come down pit road. Yeah, kind of fuzzy. Well, go to that little gear that you see. I don't know where you're watching, phone, tablet, computer, whatever, but there's a little gear there. I do broadcast in 1080p, so if you want to hit that gear and hit 1080, it will probably change it. You might be watching it in 720, so it is a little fuzzy, just to let you know. 1080 shouldn't be that way. John Anderson is now down pit road, so that's going to put now 5 drivers yet to come down a pit road. 20 to go here. Man, are they going to be able to make it? That is going to be the question. Okay, so if they went 50, more than 50 laps, good Lord Almighty here. I put it down at 40 to 50, and they are on a 50-lap run. So you was on auto. Yeah, do not put that thing on auto. Yeah, that's how you do it. Make sure you share it and get it out there to everybody. Also, everybody that tunes in, do that. Hit that gear, take it off auto, and it'll pop it to the highest resolution it can. You know, usually 1080p on a good tablet, good phone, computer. Of course, if you cannot do 1080, just watch it in 720. It's good enough. A little fuzzy, but it's good enough. Well, with 18 to go, I think Jeff Hollingsworth is going to try it here and just kind of stay out kind of and grabbed the win. He's led 44 laps here. Chris has led 59. So we have got what's left, 17. So let's see here, 45 and 17. That'll be 60. That would be 67 laps. That would beat the most laps led, but we got to see here if Jeff comes down. This is going to be close. 16 to go. And these guys have been out here 53, 52 laps. My gosh. Jeff said he was just out here having fun and everything, but you know, if I was in Jeff's shoes, and I don't know exactly what I would do. Well, Chris is coming out of turn number 2. Jeff is coming out of turn number 4 now. And Chris looks like down into 3. So it's about, I would say about a straightaway roughly from Jeff to Chris. Chris has got to get his lap back though. And with 14 to go, man, oh man, what's it going to take? Here we go, Jeff Hollingsworth up top. Austin Williams in second, Keith Hanlon third, Charlie in fourth, Mike Whitaker in fifth. Top 5, like I said, have yet to pit. Oh, I heard something. What was that? Somebody blew, or I could have sworn I heard somebody blow. All right, anyway. Chris is in 6th, 1 lap down. Hanover in 7th, 1 lap down. Lonnie Barrington 1 lap down in 8th. Those 3 are vying for the lucky dog as well. John Anderson in 9th, 2 laps down. And Thomas Taylor in 10th, 2 laps down. So these 2 are battling here for position. Of course, if we get that dreadful you-know-what, we don't want to see it. But if we get it, well, somebody is going to have to explain that caution. Ain't that right, Bob? Well, next week, folks, Championship Thursday, as we're going to go ahead and call it here. We don't know who the champion is going to be. We won't know that until after the race. But next week, we will be at one of my favorite 1.5 miles, Kansas Motor Speedway night race. I do not have the stages or the laps yet, but that is to be determined. Probably we're going to be doing about, 130, 140 roughly, somewhere around in there, I would say. But Kansas, don't want to miss it. Going to be a battle for the championship, I do believe. I don't think it's over by any means, regardless of what Jeff says. Sorry, Jeff. Had to say it. So I would definitely tune in. Now Chris is fighting the 57 here. That is Thomas Taylor, who's 2 laps down. So that won't be for position. But I think whoever did not pit has kind of made their bed right now. 9 to go here at the stripe, folks. All right, we still have 7 of you out there tuning in, and we only got 2 likes, folks. Can we hit 5 likes here? This is going to come down to fuel for a couple of drivers, I do believe. And Jeff going to take it, 8 to go here at the line. Curtis, well, glad to see you out there, Curtis, and NASCAR boy, and Brendan. I think we had a pretty good time in chat here tonight. We didn't have any issues. I still don't know who that Ivan is, but regardless, glad to have you out there. Glad you're watching and tuning in here. Now the 56. That is Mr. Anderson, as I call him. Mr. Anderson is going to get one of his laps back here, getting around the 97 the old-fashioned way. And we're going to hit that 7 to go here. Chris is coming. He's right there. Jeff is right there. However, Chris has got to get his lap back, and then he's got to go all the way around to pass up Jeff. And I do not think there's going to be enough laps here for him to do so. Man, that is a good question, Curtis. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. These guys have been out here 62 laps. The top, let me see, the top 5. So it's definitely gonna be interesting for sure. All right. Well, as they say, we're going to continue it on. 5 to go here at the line, folks. 5 laps to go. Austin Williams is right there on Jeff Hollingsworth. Keith Hanlon in 3rd. Now we do have teammates up here in Jeff and Austin. There is the 6 of Chris Gutierrez coming around the 15 here, not for position. Chris is, like I said, 1 lap down. He is trying to get up there to Jeff, though. And I think Jeff will let him by. I don't think Jeff will fight him because he knows he's a lap down. So we'll see what happens. 4 to go here. I don't believe there's enough laps here, folks, for Chris to get around him and get back around the track. He may get his lap back. Yeah, see, Jeff is not going to fight him here too much. That is going to bring them up side by side, door to door. And, whoa, got a little tight there, it looks like. And Chris still has not made that pass yet. I am not sure why. All right, there he goes. That has oh, man, it's getting a little dicey up here. And Chris is going to get around him. So Chris is going to be back on the lead lap. Now, it's got to go all the way around again. But, like I said, I don't believe there's going to be enough laps here for him to do it. We're going to hit the stripe here, folks, and we're going to make it 2 to go here this time by. 2 laps to go. Can Jeff? Can Austin? And Keith, Mike, and Charlie all make it on fuel here this evening? We're going to find out of 4. White flag will be in the air here tonight. 1 to go. They're not going to have any more yellers here this evening. Yellers are turned off. Rubber duckies, they're gone. They're out of the way. Jeff Hollingsworth here tonight. 61 laps under his belt here, folks. Diving it down into 3 and in the middle of 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. He will cross the stripe here, folks, and win it at Nashville SS. Austin Williams in 2nd. Keith Hanlon in 3rd. There is our podium finishers here tonight. Mike Whitaker will finish in that 4th spot. And Charlie Woods coming across the stripe now in the top 5. All righty, folks, hang tight. We will get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show in just a minute. We will be right back. Well, alrighty, folks, we are back, and we have caught up with two of the three here tonight. Of course, we're going to start with a Coast Guard DAV 97 of Jeff Hollingsworth here tonight. Jeff, you finally got one.
Got the monkey off my back, man.
Man, oh man. Well, I didn't know. This track is a lot different from the others. A lot of people don't race this track, let alone Nashville Fairgrounds. But, it can make for some good racing, and clean air here is definitely important. But, talk about it here tonight. Green all the way. We had the stages, but green all the way. And, man, talk about that fuel there here. I was a little concerned about it. Chat was concerned about it, and, well, y'all can make it. But talk about it, man. It was a great race.
Well, we started out after the second stage, and we were just talking, and we were talking about we could make it, but it'd be close or whatever. But the longer we ran, we could figure it out. I was +5 to the good there at the end, so I don't know why everybody pit. But Chris said he thought he had more laps, so he thought he had to go 80 for some reason instead of, anyway, whatever. And then he took people with him. They're like, oh, if he's pitting, we're pitting. So that but it worked out for us. Austin, man, he had a great run, man. He was right there, and I think he was a little upset because of the, lap car at the end there getting in the mix. But anyway, he did great. And Keith, of course, another top 3, man. He's kicking butt.
Yes, he is, man. Keith, he's one of these days, Keith is going to be up there fighting y'all, and he's going to grab a win, and you're going to be like, where'd he come from?
Well, I wouldn't. Maybe at the beginning of the season, I would have been like, where'd he come from? But no, he's been steady Eddie, man. It's been cool. But Charlie out there with the pole, fast Charlie, and then we had Freddie, and he just got tired. Freddie he races till he wants to stop, and then he gets on the box and tells us what everybody's doing, what's going on. So it's nice we got a spotter, But it was a fun race, and it was nice to finally get one. I guess that you hear the real guys always say, enjoy the win because you never know when you're going to get another one, and that's kind of how I felt here this season. I've had a lot of bad luck, and last week with the net code and late cautions and 2 tire stops and all this other stuff where I thought I had it wrapped up, and just you never know, But I appreciate you and everybody here, and it was a good race. Tire wear was, you were asked about tire wear. Tire wear wasn't a horrible thing. I mean, I think I was a little bit better than Charlie.
Yeah.
But me and Austin were dead on as far as our tires were. So, and no, it was just, I tried to shift for a while there, and it felt faster, but it wasn't. And Charlie, I should have listened to him because he told me it wasn't, and I didn't. So anyway, so that last run, I only tried to shift once, and that was enough. I just stopped shifting and just kept rolling, and it worked out, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did a fantastic job out here tonight,
Thanks.
man. You got one. Now, you led the most laps as well, and you also won the race. Now, I don't know how the points are going to stack up, with all of those bonus points that go in to it. However,
I know he got 10. Chris got 10 because he got both stages, and I got 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's the points ain't going to be, I probably gained a couple just because he finished 6, but it's, it is. It's not close enough, I don't think.
You don't think?
Unless he has a real problem next week.
Well,
I think he's
let's
pretty
talk
much
about
got
it next week, man. It's Kansas. It's a night race, so it's not going to be, hot and all that goodness or badness, I should say. Kansas, multiple lines, sometimes it's the Kansas line. Talk about it.
Well, in the beginning, you can run low as far as this car, what I've done there in the past, but usually the outside line takes over. So the biggest thing is not eating fence. If you keep it off the wall, you'll be all right. I don't run as close to the wall as a lot of people because I don't trust myself. But I don't know. I usually do decent there if I don't step on myself or have an accident or something. So we'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be a good finish to the season. Hopefully we can get some recruiting races going and get this field bigger. 13 cars is okay, but 25 cars is better.
Oh yeah, definitely so. Well, Jeff, awesome job grabbing the win here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway, bud. Any other final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go get ready for Kansas?
Of course to Bob and Terry for putting this league on. It's a lot of fun, and my teammates Charlie and Austin and Freddie and PK who wasn't here, and Chris Walker who had some kind of disconnect. I guess his internet took a poop on him. Shout out to our boy Bentley. We miss you and we love you, brother, and can't wait for you to get back in the seat and let me chase you around instead of Chris for a while.
Well, hey man, you get y'all three out there, you just never know what's gonna happen too. Yeah, I think once everybody really gets used to these Gen 7s, I think we'll see a lot more drivers up there packing it up. 3, 4, 5, 6 wide even. I don't know, but. Yeah, it's still a new car. Everybody's still getting used to it, and then iRacing keeps updating the stupid thing. So
it is really to me one of the more awkward circle track cars we run. It's fun. Like I said, I'm just here to have fun with my friends. So appreciate you much, man. I hope you have a good rest of the week. I hope you feel better.
Well, me too, man. Me too. Well, go celebrate, buddy, and we'll see you next week at Kansas, Jeff.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, man. All right, well, that is going to bring us up here to Keith Hanlon. I give a shout-out to Austin Williams out there grabbing that P2 spot. But let's jump down here to Keith. Well, Keith, man, in the Pumpkin 17, you grabbed a third place here tonight, Keith. Well, caution-free, buddy. Y'all made it on fuel. I was concerned, but Jeff kind of explained it there, man. We got to hear from you. How was your race? How did you manage everything? And, man, talk about it.
It was fun. I mean, it was some close racing. It was a little hard to pass, just a little bit. I didn't quite have the speed that Chris and Jeff had, but I was just as good as the 3 or 4 cars there in that second group. So it's pretty much trying to get spots when you could and not make any mistakes. I mean, I didn't think, I wasn't sure what Chris was doing when he pitted, and I was like, he even running a second a lap faster, he's not going to make it back around. So, my calculator had us a gallon plus to the good, so
wow.
I wasn't too worried.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I thought, this is just me as a broadcaster. I assume when one person pits, we're going to have a few go around the track, and then a few more pit, and then go around the track, then a few more come down, and then the rest of the group will come down, kind of a pit strategy. That's what I thought when Chris came down. All right, well, Chris is, he's going to start the big group here of coming down pit road. When y'all hit, 30 to go, 25 to go, 20 to go, I was thinking, man, these guys, I don't know if they can make it, because I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuel was, here. I know it was 100%, but I didn't know the laps. So, y'all hit, 15-10 to go. Well, I'm thinking, well, they made their bed. But apparently y'all could make it. So y'all knew something I didn't know, which is great because, then I would have blabbed it all over the place and everybody would have heard it. But talk about tire wear for you. How was your tires? How did you keep them underneath you and not tear them up?
Honestly, I didn't do that great a job of that. I was pretty much just seemed to be flip-flopping between making either the right front angry or the right rear angry. I couldn't seem to really find a great balance. I could run decent lap times for about 20 laps, and then I would fall off a bit.
Oh. Well, that's just what practice does, man. Practice, practice, practice. So, I think you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. So, get out there and practice, and, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, man. But, hey, third place here tonight, buddy. Congratulations again on that. That 17 here tonight. At times, I did see you. I wouldn't necessarily call it a dive bomb, but you got to run on the inside on several drivers, and you took advantage of it. So, awesome job keeping it safe as well. So, but man, Kansas next week, how do you feel about it, buddy?
I don't have anything specific about Kansas. I know I'm pretty good there. Yeah, I mean, I like to race clean and I hope I get that back in return. Even if I do something aggressive, I try and leave room. So I appreciate you guys calling the race and racing clean.
Oh, yeah, well, we appreciate you, Keith, coming out here, having fun with the guys, man. Any other final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
No, just thanks a lot.
All righty, Keith. Well, we'll see you next week at Kansas, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank
Later.
You. All right. Well, it looks like he is down there, so we're going to go ahead and bring him up here tonight. Hand over fist, Terry Adams, Tada, whatever you want to call him. Terry, man, I got to say, green here all the way except for the stages, so we really can't count those, but a great race out here. I know the two interviewers tonight were talking about, how bad it was passing here. You could get it at times, but other times it was just so hard. But, man, 7th place here. You were the first driver, a lap down. But, hey, P7, not too shabby. Man, talk about it first and foremost. How was your race?
I spent 1 hour trying to get the session to load up. The other night I had Windows Update kick in while I was in iRacing, and it ticked my system off.
Oh.
So I got in, ran 4 laps of qualifying, EOL'd myself to the back of the field because I only had 4 laps of practice, and drove. And I drove mad the entire time, not at any of the drivers, not at anybody but iRacing. And I probably, if I hadn't been so rough on the tires, I would have stayed out with that other group, and I probably wouldn't have done the lap down. But I was, again, driving so mad that I burnt my stuff up. So I had to go in for tires, and not fuel. I think I could have made it again, but that poor right front, I was just eating the heck out of it. But again, I was just like Iowa. I was harvicking the bottom the whole race. So
oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple of guys out there here tonight, running that bottom line, and there was 2 of them that I know of. They kind of clipped that apron there, right there where the line is, and got that car a little loose. But those guys, they managed to save it and everything. Was it nerve-wracking going down that low?
Once you got the tires warm, you were fine. I think I clipped it second stage about lap 2 or 3 after the restart, and I was pushing up to stay with that lead group, and all I did was touch it. And yeah, had a car to my outside, and she did the dance. But I was able to snap her back and keep going. But yeah. Then I had to drive again, mad to catch up. Not at the guy that went around me, but again, had to drive mad to get caught back up to the group. And just, I came in that end of that second stage, and I looked at my tire wear in the right front. I think I was down to the 60s, where like the first stage was 73, and the before the pit stop was like an 81, and then at the end of the race it was an 84. But again, I was showing no mercy to my car whatsoever.
Well, I mean, you did what you had to do. So we're not done yet. Unfortunately, it looks like coming into tonight, you were 10th in the points here at 359, 206 behind Chris, but you were only 13 behind Mike Whitaker. So, you probably will pick up several spots here in the points.
No, he finished in 4th.
Mike Whitaker? Okay, yeah, so,
yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, so.
He stayed out and milked. I told him, I was chatting with him this afternoon,
okay.
And I said, just drive it like Iowa. So he did, and he finished in 4th, and I burnt my stuff up and was a lap down in 7th. So sometimes you have to follow your own advice.
Yeah, okay. So,
but again, if I hadn't spent an hour here cussing, my dog even left the room. I was so mad at iRacing. It'd get about 25% and it'd just lock up there and sit.
Oh my gosh.
So that I'd shut it all down. I even rebooted my computer a couple times. Went out of iRacing, back in iRacing, and then it'd get up to 50 and it'd lock up. So, word to the wise to iRacing guys, make sure your Windows updates are on a 7-day pause, and check them before you go into a session you want to really care about. Because I was in the middle of a session that just went boom, and the entire computer did the black screen,
Yep.
and you've lost all this, and it's I've been paying for it ever since. So
Yeah, it can be detrimental, especially when you're trying to do something for a race like a setup or something. It's like you lost everything that you've done. So
yep.
you got to go back and do it again. So yeah, it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But like I said, Bub, we're not done yet. We got Kansas next week. How do you feel about Kansas? And of course, the last race of the season, Championship Thursday, as I'm going to call it. How do you feel about it, buddy?
I love Kansas. In this car, I love Kansas. That's one track that if I don't get caught up in somebody else's headache, and I'm not pointing fingers or saying anything, but I'm just saying, if I don't get caught with somebody at Kansas, I can usually get a good finish. So I'm really gonna have to shoot for a top 5 and hope Mike doesn't get a top 5 next week. And maybe we can be right there fighting for that last spot.
Oh yeah. I know Kevin wasn't here, so y'all may jump him too. I don't know. I don't know how the points are going to Kevin Gunther. I don't know how the points are gonna go out. I know. I believe it's Mike that puts them all together. So.
Well, and again, he uses
Sim Racing
Sim Hub.
Yeah.
And he just inputs them. What it decides is your worst race is based on what iRacing would call your worst race, because he uses their scoring system the same way. So it's not like he can manipulate the numbers, or if he would, he'd be higher up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he'd be in first place, 1,000 points ahead of Chris.
Yeah. But all he can do is put them in, and then Sim Hub does all the rest, and it determines what it all comes down to. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting race at Kansas next week. The season, it'll end. Of course, y'all will be doing some recruiting too. So, nice talking to you there, Terry. Hand over fist, folks. Any final words, thoughts, final shout-outs, things you want to give, Terry, before you go? Of course, get ready for bed or whatever you're going to do here tonight, and get
I'm
ready.
old. I'm not that old.
Get ready for Kansas. Oh yeah. It's way past your bedtime. You go to bed at 8. Right?
Yeah, right. And I'm in the Midwest, so I'm an hour behind you. Okay, Bob, of course, for letting this all come together. You for broadcasting. Me for not crashing somebody because I was ticked off. And the one thing I'm going to say is, as of tonight, I really hate iRacing. Now, if it fixes itself and I don't have to reload the entire program again, I'll be happy with them. But I'm having a feeling I might. So that's where I stand.
All right. Well, Terry, it's technology, man. It messes up on everybody. So
I know.
You get mad at it, you hit it with a hammer. That's the old saying, hit it with a hammer and it'll work. So, don't do it. But, we're not done yet, buddy. We got one more race, and, we'll see how that turns out and how everything stacks up and when we're going in there. And August 31st, folks. September coming up as well.
Thank goodness. It'll cool down around here.
I heard a doggy. Oh, man.
She thinks it's treat time.
I see. All right, hand over. We'll go, go celebrate, go rest, and we'll see you next week, buddy. Thank you for your time.
All righty, sir. You have a good night.
You too, man. All righty, folks. Well, the points are not updated yet, so Mike is probably going to be doing his thing here over a period of a couple of days. We'll get all the updates here probably either tomorrow, Friday, or we'll get them Saturday. I don't know which. We'll find out. But with that being said, Jeff Hollingsworth is going to be our winner here tonight. Let's go ahead and get to the unofficial results, pending any admin stuff they have to do here tonight. A lot of drivers as well, finishing with 0 incidents. I'm not going to go through the list. I will tell you there was quite a few. At least six, seven drivers here tonight with 0 incidents. That's, of course, going to be the bonus points going to them. here as well. But Jeff Hollingsworth grabbing the win out here tonight with Austin Williams there in second. Keith Hanlon third, Mike Whitaker fourth, Charlie Woods in fifth, Chris Gutierrez sixth, Tada, Hanover Fist, Terry Adams, whatever you want to call him, in that seventh spot. Lonnie Barrington in 8th, John Anderson 9th, and Thomas Taylor rounding out the top 10. Fred Williams in 11th, Chris Walker 12th, and Bob Locovara. Tough break for Bob out here tonight, having that connectivity issues. Couldn't race. He tried to, but just kind of affected him here. But he will finish back in the back here at here in 13. But that is going to do it here tonight for MaxspeedTV and the Downforce Racing Series Season 12, Round 14. Here at Nashville Superspeedway, round 15, the final, the finale of the season. Next week, right here on MaxspeedTV, same time, same place, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, somewhere around in there, give or take 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully everybody comes out, tunes in, Championship Thursday. Well, take care, folks. Stay safe, and most importantly, have a good night.